Bugsnax! We are whatever we eat! Hello and welcome to the Bro You Haven't podcast with me, JJ Bugsnax Harden. Adam, of course, he did the neutral run Claydon, and Joshua carrying the banner so you don't have to. Aitken. This week it is the famous indie game book club. We will be talking about Ashen, Windbound, Hades, Banner Saga 1, 2, and 3, the game that took the internet by storm, Undertale, and of course, we discover the mysteries of Bugsnax. Bugsnax! Whoa, whoa, it's Bugsnax!
Three, two, one.
Oh!
Hello, welcome back.
That was actually alright.
Spot on.
That was perfect, I think.
Oh, sugar, hang on. I just got to close my door.
JJ already fucked. The one time we got the clap right.
Yeah.
Podcast is fucked.
That's alright. I'm here. I am here. I'm here in your ear. Boy, I'm here.
I am the Senate.
I am the Senate. Do you know, I rewatched the old 80s Transformers movie the other day.
Oh, yeah?
I thought I'd share this. It's a cold opening. But, you know,
very cold,
in the Transformers, it's always like, Starscream's always a bit sneaky, and he's like, yes, and then Megatron will be gone, and I will be the leader.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then every time Megatron could just kind of brushes it off like, Starscream, you piece of shit, go clean the toilets or something. You know, It's usually like a dull kind of punishment. Well, in the cartoon 80s movie, which is, I think it's PG or something, Megatron leaves for a while and he gets fucked over by Optimus Prime. So this, like, ancient transformer called Unicron, alright, basically rebirths him and makes Megatron, like, even more powerful. So he comes back and Starscream's having this big ceremony of this coronation because he's going to be, like, the new king of the Decepticons, right? And Megatron just arrives and frickin' shoots him. Just says no words and just shoots him frickin' dead.
Love
and
that.
You can see Starscream's eyes just absolutely lifeless, and then he just falls into ash on the ground. It's frickin' wild.
That's
For a PG in the
for being a fucking.
Yeah,
That's
for a
what you get
PG.
for being a snake.
You know, all these kids in the 80s must have been like, haha, look at Starscream, haha, he's getting a crown, there's trumpets, Megatron. Oh, holy shit!
Cold as ice, just brutally murders this janitor.
Stone cold robotic G.
It's savage.
What's Josh? What have you been watching recently? Then, if he's delved into the 80s mechanics of, I don't know what the world is, but
What's the planet called in Transformers? What's the planet called? Their original homeworld.
Cybertron, you numpty.
Cybertron. That's it.
Cybertron.
Yep, I'm diving into the world. Now, I've not been diving into the world of Cybertron. What have I been watching? A lot of porn.
Oh, that's fair. Any good storylines?
yeah. What's your favourite storyline you've seen this week?
Most of them.
Busty sluts go nuts?
I saw a Fortnite one. Whoa, my phone just collapsed. Hold on.
His penis just erected so fast that it knocked his phone off the side.
Did you just say you saw a Fortnite one? Oh, that makes me very uncomfortable.
Did anyone see the thing? This is something that I've not watched. I was going to watch though. The footage is surfaced from a 70s version of Lord of the Rings, like the Russian version of Lord of the Rings made in the 70s.
Yes, I watched this.
It's
this
so
week,
fucking weird looking.
What? How have I missed this?
Oh, you not watched this? It's all over Facebook.
It's very funny.
I know, of all the people. Is it brilliant?
It's a Russian retelling. Obviously, it's in Russian. The costumes are, I don't know how to describe the costumes.
They look like 90s panto costumes.
Oh no. Oh, that's really upsetting.
A bit like Blackadder costumes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're horrible.
This week I watched episode 1 to 3 of Star Wars for the first time in like 10, 15 years.
Okay.
And do you know what?
How was that?
I really enjoyed them. I like them. Phantom Menace, okay, is probably the worst film.
The second one's the worst one by far.
Oh, I thought the fight scenes were excellent though.
I can't, dude. I couldn't tell you what went on in the second one.
The dialogue in the second one is horrible.
There's a massive fight scene at the end. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I know there's a big fight scene in like an arena. But other than that,
Yeah. That bit just made me want to play Battlefront 2 again.
Oh, we had a great time playing Battlefront 2.
That week and a half, it was great fun, yeah.
Yeah, we did. We did. We literally played it for a solid week and a half.
Yeah, I do remember that. That was good fun.
But no, actually, now having watched the films this week, I can recall maybe three plot points, maybe.
Go on then.
Oh, you put me under pressure now because I forget everyone's names all the time.
After you.
And spoiler alert: Anakin becomes Darth Vader.
Yeah, that all of the moments from the last 15 minutes of the film, just him burning alive.
That's a great scene. That's Revenge of the Sith is easily the best one.
Padme dying, and then he is Darth Vader.
You're breaking my heart, Anakin.
And then she dies.
Anakin, you're breaking my heart!
You're breaking me so hard!
My allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy.
Democracy! Democracy, Maria!
You brought him here to kill me.
In my opinion, the Jedi are evil.
It's just like the McPoyle brothers.
Literally.
You will call her!
You will call her! He's dead to me. Don't you hear me? He's dead!
Oh. So, what are we talking about this week, boys? It is... It is...
Indie game.
Indie Game Book Club!
Woo! Take 3.
Indie Game Book Club. Indie Game Book Club.
We need a separate theme tune for when it's an Indie Game Book Club episode.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
We should have it like a ye old lute, like the same funk riff but on a lute.
Bang, ding, bang, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Exactly like that.
If I had access to a ridiculous amount of musicians, I'd get them to do a lute version. But unfortunately, with our tight budget, we cannot afford a lute version of the.
Is the Seinfeld theme music, is that free use? I feel like it might be.
I would assume probably not.
I don't know, they tend to use it a lot.
I mean, if there's other shows with like free use theme music, I vote that we go for Frasier.
I might just whack some Always Sunny tunes on there. I'll whack the tune on from the Russian version of Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Please.
Adam, I don't really know how to start this one. Should we talk about the ones we haven't both played first, and then...
I think we let the boy bring one to the table. Let's let the boy bring one.
Yeah, alright, let's let the boy.
Yeah, I only have one.
Let's hear it for the boy!
I've got very little positive things to say.
That's fine, man. I've got a negative.
Is this the one that you'd spent 20 quid on, really excited, and you thought, actually, I'm going to play this one?
This is exactly that game.
Oh, no.
I bought a game, and people that have played it probably, because to my understanding, it has quite like a loyal fan base.
Cult following.
There's 3 of these games now. Yeah, like a cult following. I bought the first one. The game is called Banner Saga. Now, Banner Saga is a turn-based RPG set in a kind of... It's like Vikings, kind of like a Norse mythological world, where giants and humans live kind of side by side, and then there's these other kind of evil entities which are kind of like just like mechanical Draugr, essentially, as the whole deal with them. It's just so fucking slow, man. It's like the gameplay itself is so slow. The turn-based combat's alright, actually. The turn-based combat's pretty decent. That's done really well, especially it's an older game, but it's done well. And I enjoyed that, but it's the instances between that. It plays like a text adventure, which I don't mind, but the text itself is boring as fuck.
Is it like a Fire Emblem sort of thing? Turn-based, but on a map?
Ooh. Careful if you're calling something...
Because I like Fire Emblem.
Oh, okay.
I've not played that, but like a lot of the time during this, it'll be like, you know, your character or your party or whatever's travelling between a place, and you're just literally watching them walk along the screen for about 5 minutes in real time.
With the text going below the bottom.
There's no text either. There's no text going. You're just watching them walking along the screen for 5 minutes. You can't control it. They're just doing it. And then there's like a little timer up the top that's like your supplies, and that just goes round as days pass, and you just watch them. You do nothing. It's so fucking boring.
Is there like an inventory management system as well? Or?
Yes, I didn't get far enough that became something that I actively had to do, but I got far enough that was explained, that you could like stop and camp and like random encounters could happen and shit like that. But like, it's just such a fucking drag, man. It was just such a fucking drag to play it.
Mate, there's nothing more than getting hyped for a game and just being disappointed by it. Cyberpunk.
It does have a saving grace, to be fair. The one saving grace for it is the animation on it was actually fucking really, really nice. It was really quite gorgeous, actually. Do you know the style of it? Have you ever watched the old animated Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
That animation style in a game, right? But like with like modern like capabilities of drawing and like computer quality in terms like that. So it's that style, but like crisp.
So it looks good, but you're just bored as fuck.
It looks good, and it's that style as well when it's the turn-based, and it's from a bird's eye, a kind of angled bird's eye view on the kind of battlefield, on turn-based on the board. But it's still that same kind of drawn style, which looks really nice. But other than that, fucking boring.
So we discussed this last week, what video game sort of style our persona would be, and I feel like you're just the opposite of turn-based.
Yeah.
Like RPGs, sort of that sort of slow. So
Yeah,
I feel
you hate like slow things.
It's weird because I really like XCOM. I really like the game XCOM, and that's turn-based.
XCOM's got like a certain look to it though, and a certain like feeling of pressure.
Yeah, I think it's the pressure in XCOM I like, and I think the thing as well is with XCOM, literally most of the gameplay is turn-based combat. Like most of the time you're playing it, you're in combat. Like there's like bits of like base management and stuff outside of combat, but it's mostly combat. That game, the issue with it is that combat was the most exciting part, and it was so few and far between.
Yeah, I get that.
I get what you mean.
But yeah, that's my review of it. 4 out of 10.
I'm sorry you didn't enjoy your game.
4.
To be fair, I could have 4 out of 10. I could have easily gone and played another game, but I just didn't. I just didn't do it.
And just a reminder for people so they know not to buy this game, Banner Saga.
Yes, Banner Saga. There's 3 of them. Don't buy. I've only played an hour of the first one. Don't buy any of them.
Banner Saga.
Banner Saga.
How much did you spend?
£20.
Oh, that is upsetting.
I should have known, because you can also get it on your phone. So I should have known it wasn't going to be a good game. Like,
it wasn't going to be great. Yeah.
Yeah. If I can get it on my phone.
I think I saw it on the PlayStation Marketplace and was a bit like, I think this looks a bit crap, but I kind of want to get it for some reason.
It looks like it should be really good. Like RPG, turn-based combat, drawn animation, set during Viking times. All components for a good game.
For a good game.
Not executed well at all.
Oh, shit, man.
I want to play this now. I think I might play it before next week. And
play it. Do it.
Wait,
do yourself a favour.
I'll try and get the mobile version.
So I just want to comment on Adam's dad on holiday attire right now.
I can't see it. What's he wearing?
Oh, you want to see? It's
yeah.
Actually, it's Japanese. It's got Mount Fuji and some temples and shit. Yes, I had 4 mental breakdowns this week, so I'm bringing out the summer wear.
It's quite nice. It's quite nice, actually. I feel kind of bad for making fun of it. It is quite nice.
It's quite a nice little light material. Thank you.
I like it. What is it, a kimono? I can't really see from this.
It's a kimono.
It's a cropped kimono, so you can't actually see below the table, but my belly's just hanging out underneath here.
Oh, I want a kimono so badly.
Oh, sexy.
Can I just comment on you? I know we talk about appearances and stuff, but JJ, how many kids do you have?
You're looking fucking old, dude.
I know, mate. Right, so I'm 23 for those of you who might not know me as well, but everywhere I go, like Phoebe's friends all thought I was at least 30, right? And I just started a new job, and people ask me, They didn't ask me if I had any kids. They assumed I naturally had kids, and not only that, they'd say, How many kids do you have? How many kids do you have? How
I fucked
bloody
them and said
rude.
10. I'd have said 10.
Yeah, I know, I should have done.
Which wouldn't have been far from the truth.
Not for you. Yeah, but literally, like, and some of the younger guys, they were playing the game at the table, and they were like, "Oh, you know, how old do you think I am? How old do you think I am?" One of the guys said, and I was like, "Oh Christ, let's not start this." And they were like, "Oh, 22." He's like, "I'm actually 28," and they were like, "What? Oh, that's crazy." And then it got to me, and they were like, "How old are you?" And they were like, 28, 29. I was like, "Yeah, I'm 23. Thanks."
I have a fun rule for those games to make it interesting going forward. Always aim incredibly low or incredibly high. Like, always go like weirdly out of like sync. Most folk try and aim
How
at
old are you? I don't know, 50.
How old do you think I am? I don't know, about 52. Make it sound like you're being really serious. Or the other way, they go, how old do you think I am? About 13, 14. Is that about right?
Jesus. I used to live with a guy.
You used to live with a guy?
I used to live with a guy. No, it was like I was in like halls, and I'd known this guy for a year, and it was on like the last day we all went out for a drink or whatever, and
Slut.
we had the same conversation. And honestly, this guy, so he has the same food every day. He has peas and chips and a little piece of chicken every single day for a year. He ate that.
Oh my God.
That guy's insides, man.
He was a nice guy, but he was so particular about certain things. He said, "Oh, I used to live in Croydon." I was like, "Oh, I used to go to college in Croydon, so we might have been there around the same sort of time." And he went, "Ha ha, I don't think so, mate." He was 35. I thought he was like
God.
19.
You lived with him.
Yeah, for a year.
What, and he just has peas, chips, and chicken?
Yeah, that's why I thought he was 19.
Was he single?
A horrifying glimpse into our potential futures.
Oh, it's terrifying, isn't it? But yeah. Talking about actually age, the game I played this week was Undertale.
Oh, so good.
Which, in it, you play as a child.
Oh, shout out to you, Becky, if you're listening. I know you've just had a playthrough of that.
We've just been talking about food. I'm really hungry. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Keep talking,
mate.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
I'll keep talking, it's okay.
My mum's just texted me. It's came up on the screen. My dinner's out, so I need to go grab that.
Go grab your chips and peas and a little bit of chicken, Josh.
Go get your dinner from Mummy.
Yeah, so Undertale I've been playing this week. It's have you played it, mate?
Yeah, of course I have.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
It's class.
I loved it.
Mate, who do you think you're talking to? Who do you think you're talking to?
Mate. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, no, it's great. Like it's it's one of the few games that I've played. I finished the whole thing and I cannot tell you what it was about at all. I cannot tell you what the fuck that game's about.
A human soul is the most powerful soul in the universe, right?
Yeah, essentially. And there's 7 of them, and they've got to collect them.
Yeah, they've got to catch them all. Yeah, and you can either play this game completely pacifist, so without killing anyone at all, or you can play it genocide, where you kill absolutely everybody, or you can play it medium, which is apparently just as bad as killing everyone. I don't really.
It's not the sort of the neutral route, the neutral one. You sort of come out at the end of it, and they still don't like humans, but they can get on with them.
Did you kill your cow mum?
I did kill my cow mum. Yeah,
You killed your cow mum?
I killed her.
You killed Toriel? You killed Tutoriel?
It's I feel like the whole point of the game though is about that sort of how genocidal or how pacifist you are. That's the main thing. The game doesn't really matter itself. It's the idea that you can actually play it without killing anyone.
Did you know? Did you know you could do it completely pacifist?
I did halfway through. I found out because I did a bit of googling because I was like, oh, I quite like this.
Agony. Well, you played it more accurately to how people played it when it came out, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So not everybody knew that you could when it first came out, but now I feel like that's one of the most famous things about it is pacifist run, genocide run.
Do you know what I found out? It was when I went down. So it's fucking crazy. You make friends with skeletons who try and capture you, but then they want to have sex with you, and then there's a fucking...
What's his fucking name?
Papyrus.
Papyrus, that's it, and then his little brother.
And Sans. And they're both named after the font that their character uses when they speak, which is amazing.
It's just a piss take game. But I found out you could do the pacifist stuff when there's a bit in their section, so it's a snowy bit. You go down a staircase and there's a cave, and you can't get through the door in the cave. And you find out later it's the one he's knocking on with all the jokes and stuff. But you can't get in there unless you do a full-on pacifist run through the whole thing. So that was it. That's what I found out.
Is there not a thing, something to do with like the bad guy at the end or something? Like Tutorial was his wife or something like that?
Yeah, she's the queen. She was the queen.
She's the queen,
She's
yeah.
the queen, yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
But he's not the boss. The boss is Flowey,
Yeah, that fucking evil flower.
who is the flower that attacks you at the beginning of the game.
Honestly, when that fucking came up at the end, and the whole crazy like explosions and shit. I know this is right at the end of the game. Don't listen to this podcast if you don't want spoilers.
Just
because
don't
I feel like
listen
there's
to
going to
it.
be spoilers. I was just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on now? Like, I usually understand things pretty well, but I was like, what is going on? I'm enjoying it, but what is happening?
I love games like that. Also, the combat's really interesting because it's the mouse, right? Which is just moving a cursor, which is crazy.
Yeah. I love that bit. I loved you had to work out where the cursor needs to go to dodge certain things, or the patterns. Some of the patterns are really good. Which is the one? There's one where they're coming in from different ways, and you've got to work it out. And as you beat this guy, you hit him harder and harder and harder until he's nearly dead, and he resurrects, and then you have to battle him again. But as each hit you give him again, he slowly gets weaker and weaker and weaker, and all of his attacks become like so easy to dodge after they've been like from every direction. They just come in really slowly, and then he just dies when you kill him. But yeah, that was fun.
Pretty sad.
That is quite sad.
I'd recommend it. It's a great game. I'd say like an 8 out of 10.
It is really good. I think the story is pretty wild.
Do the run you want to do first, and then if you really enjoy it, go back and do a pacifist or a genocide run, because
But if you do, right, spoiler scat here, if you do a pacifist run initially, if you do a genocide run initially, restart the game, do a pacifist run after it, the game knows you did a genocide run first, and you will still end up with a horrible ending where the character looks at the camera with like red eyes. It's freaking creepy, man. It's crazy.
oh mate, it's great.
It's awesome.
Love that. The guy who made it, Toby Fox. He sounds like he sounds like an 80s actor.
Toby Fox.
Toby Fox is Ethan Winter's son.
Yeah, exactly. In the Undertale.
Even winter, summer. The tale beneath.
This fall.
I'll chat about one I didn't enjoy as much as I thought I was going to. It was good. I've got to say, Arthur, I apologise. It really hooked me at first, and I did really enjoy the first, like...
It's okay, John.
Thanks, Arthur. But I really enjoyed the first 5 hours, and I was like, oh yeah, man, you gotta get it, it's great. Luckily, it was on sale at the time, so it wasn't a lot of money. But after fully completing it, it was just okay. It's called Windbound. I don't know if you guys have seen it advertised. Josh just looked up at the screen.
Is that the one where there's like an eagle and you've got a bow and arrow?
No, that sounds good.
It's more like Wind Waker than Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it's a survival game which has amazing sailing mechanics, and the whole game revolves around you surviving off a raft, making a nice boat, and it's kind of hard to explain. It's a survival game. And every time you have to go to all sorts of islands which are randomly generated and collect a crystal so that you can pass through a gate, which then leads you to a linear level where you just use the boat that you made in the last world you were in to get across a little stage, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of the times you are collecting things, you're killing animals to get leather and stuff, you're getting armor, you're making spears, you're upgrading yourself with like magic crystals and yada yada yada. And the character's really cool. She's like a Hawaiian kind of, the whole
Moana.
Yeah, Moana. It's really heavy Moana vibes.
Polynesia or whatever, but it's that like Polynesian islands.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're building the rafts from like the bare minimum of like logs and twigs and leaves and
exactly.
like, vines you can find and stuff.
But once you get to a point, right, where you make a wooden catamaran, all right, which is like a 2-bladed raft with a big sail. And once you do that, it's just really, really easily beatable. Like, really easy. And it doesn't take you long to get there either, sadly. It looks amazing. Like, it's cel-shaded, the lighting's really nice, all the colours they use, the little music themes are cute. The story is, like, all up in the air. It's basically, like, they found these sea gods, and they, like, drank the blood of sea gods, and now they're being punished for their sins, yada, yada, yada.
It kind of just sounds like Moana, the game, to be honest.
Yeah, it is a little. It's a little. But there is... The combat is just really janky. Doesn't really make much sense. There's only really one attack, and that's thrust. That's literally it.
That's the only way I attack.
So you're saying it starts off well, but it finishes a bit limp, this game.
Yeah, because you think, oh yeah, and like the survival mechanics are in such a way that every 2 seconds you have to eat, otherwise your health and your stamina just go. And it's like, Jesus Christ, I want to actually play the game. It's poorly paced. It's too short. It does look gorgeous. The first 5 hours of the game are great. I think if I didn't get this game on sale, I'd be fucked off. It was just okay. It was just okay. I completed it. I did complete it. It needed to be a lot longer than it was as well. If it was 10 hours longer and there was more stages and they tweaked the combat just a little, it could be a fantastic game. But it's those things that just bring it right down, just bury it in the ocean like Bin Laden. It's just ugh.
Fuck Bin Laden.
Fuck Bin Laden.
Is that the final boss stage?
Oh, the final boss is pretty sweet actually. You're going through this river, and like there's a giant like squid-like shell creature just crashing shit, and you're having to sail past it.
The Kraken.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, man. But yeah, it just wasn't like, it was okay. It was just okay. I'd give it a 5 because it is a 5 game. 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. It's slap down the middle. There's so many of those games that just pop up on Instagram or pop up on Facebook, and that was one of them. I find that it was popping up everywhere in little adverts or little.
Yeah, they advertised it really well. It looks really good.
Yeah. So this is another game. Just don't bother buying it, guys. There's no point.
If it's
a depressing episode of don't buy this game.
Yeah. If it's on sale, like if it was £7, it would be worth it. But I paid 14 quid for it on sale, and it wasn't.
Another game I played this week that was shit. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Beat him up. Don't buy it. Just don't. I got it for like £3.
Oh really? A lot of people like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
I like the film. I like the movie.
We all like the movie.
I like the movie.
Your hair looks really shaggy.
So Joshua, are you eating your... What is your meal? Because it actually looks quite similar to the guy that...
It's funny when you were saying about that, because it is pretty similar.
Should we talk about a game we do like?
Let's move on. Yes. What game do we like today?
Have you got any more? Because I don't know whether to talk about Bugsnax first or...
Bugsnax. Bugsnax looks so much fun.
Oh, okay. Right. Bugsnax is really hard to explain, so let me just get the...
I watched a video of it on YouTube, and I still had no idea what was happening. And they were explaining it.
Let me just get the lyrics to the Bugsnax song by Caro Benicio.
I still don't know if Bugsnax is meant to be a kids game or no, because it looks like a kids game, but everything I hear about it suggests that it isn't.
Mate. mate, this is one of the things I'm going to talk about. So, boys, kind of bug and kind of snack. Try to catch 'em in your trap. Feed somebody and you'll see we are whatever we eat. That's Bugsnax, baby.
Is it the child catcher or is it a flamingo? I can't tell.
Is this like some kind of cannibalism? Is this endorsing the meat industry? I don't understand.
Oh, mate. Well, let me tell you the plot, okay? Again, through the lyrics. An expedition, 13 strong, of grumpuses, who all set off, seeking out a better life on Snacktooth Island. They did find a tasty quest to fill the hole that many feel inside their soul. Venture deep and reach the truth, and maybe you'll learn something too. You might think it sounds impossible, till you've seen a sandwich climb a wall. It's Bugsnax.
I know we were looking for a new intro for our Indie Game Book Club, but I think we just found it.
To me, that song sounds like, like a parody you'd get in like a film of like some kind of propaganda game.
Everyone right now, look up the song on YouTube or Spotify, whatever. It's freaking brilliant.
So, I'm still no clearer. What is this game about?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I've just told you. An expedition, 13 strong, of grumpuses who all set off.
What the fuck is a grumpus?
What's a fucking grumpus?
What is a grumpus?
Alright, so grumpuses are these... they're the dominant species of this earth. They're like humans, except they're just monsters, right? Now...
Some would say human beings are also monsters.
So, Bugsnax are like Pokemon made from snacks. So there's something called a bunga, which is a burger, alright? But it's also a little spider thing. And they got this bunga, 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 bunga. And they all say what they are, like Pokemon in the series. But what happens is, you end up on this island because you try to get an interview with a lady called... Oh, sugar. Phoebe! Phoebe! Lisbeth, okay? Lisbeth. And she is like a Steve Irwin... explorer character. I'll try and remember the name of Lisbeth. It doesn't matter now.
Oh, okay. And Eggabell.
Eggabell, who's Lisbeth's girlfriend. Right, so she is a Steve Irwin-like character, okay? And you go to the island to interview her to find out what the hell Bugsnax are, because you're a journalist and Bugsnax have never been seen before.
Of course you are, yeah.
So you end up on the island and you discover a kid called Philbo was looking for Lisbeth and Lisbeth's gone missing. Philbo, you find hungry and stranded, and he goes, "Oh, could you catch me a Bugsnax, and I'll feel a bit better." Anyway, you catch the Bugsnax for him. You give him the Bugsnax, which is a strawberry, all right, and a strawberry is like a strawberry bug, and they're freaking adorable. And all the Bugsnax have googly eyes, and it's amazing. Anyway, so I realise this is the rantings of a madman.
I feel like I have. Has there been acid in this meal that I've just ate?
I feel like I'm watching Rick and Morty for the very first time, and we've gone straight to Mr. Meeseeks, and we're talking about plumbus. Like, what the fuck?
I feel like I'm watching Rick and Morty, but through the lens of a man that was born in 1870 and has no concept of anything.
There was Lisbeth, and there was strawberries.
Strawberries.
And there was a grumpkin.
A grumpus.
Oh, I nearly got it.
So anyway, in the song, alright, this is why the song's important. It's Bugsnax. We are whatever we eat. Right? You feed him the Bugsnax and his arm turns into strawberries.
Is that useful?
That sounds like some kind of fucking Lovecraftian horror.
It's horrifying and absolutely brilliant. So you discover these Bugsnax, and every Bugsnax you catch, imagine Pokemon, except every time you catch Pokemon, you have to figure out how to catch him. So it's a puzzle game, essentially.
Yeah.
And all the characters on the island, they're all like, no one is happy. They're all like insecure at first, and this is where it's kind of, you go, is this a kid's game or is this? I don't really understand. So you try fill that hole in their life by giving them Bugsnax, right? Because Bugsnax makes them feel better about themselves. okay? But eventually they discover, if you do all the side quests, they kind of discover, they're like, oh, Bugsnax aren't everything, I should just be happy with myself. And, which is good, right? That's good.
So is Bugsnax an addiction?
Yeah,
like
yeah, they are.
drugs?
There's one.
Wait, this is an important question, and I need to ask it. Are Bugsnax, are they sentient? Are they living beings?
Yes, but
This is horrifying.
So, right, the Bugsnax don't have brains, nervous systems, or anything. They are like an anomaly. They live, but they're not alive.
Again, Lovecraftian levels of horror.
Egg freaking exactly. Slight spoiler, scat.
If you can even understand anything he's saying, we've got no idea. This is going to be a spoiler.
Right. Okay. So, this is when it becomes kind of awkward, right? Because if you do all the side quests, this is the only thing you have to do to get the good ending. Do all the side quests, and you get the good ending. Do none of them, or overfeed the people in your town loads of Bugsnax, so they become Bugsnax all over. Okay, for example, they could have a corn body, strawberry arms, and like burger feet or some shit. Okay?
Yeah.
If you overfeed everyone, then you can get the bad ending as well. The bad ending, me and Phoebe looked it up after, because, Phoebe played this, by the way. I just sat back and watched, and it was one of the best games I've ever just watched in my life. Honestly. So we looked up the bad ending, and Jesus Christ, if you were a child just playing the game and going, I'll just get on with the main story, you would be mortified, scarred for life. It's horrifying.
Jesus, man.
Really horrifying.
I'm horrified already.
If you get the good ending, it's kind of cute, and then there's an after credit scene and you're like, holy shit. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I think I'll have to get this.
Did you guys ever watch or ever heard of that movie? What's it called? The one where they did a Simpsons episode at Treehouse of Horror, but it's like the mad scientist on the island and he's turning everybody into animals.
It's almost like that.
That's exactly what it sounds like. Is it like Dr. Karlov or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that 13-minute description about Bugsnax. That was... I'm out of breath listening.
Adam, what did you think of Hades now that you've played it?
Yeah, no, Hades is great. It's I picked it up again yesterday. Not for very long, like half an hour or something. It's just crazy, and I had to get myself back into it because you've got to learn the mechanics and like the movement. But it's just constantly reinvents itself. I got to the end once. I got right to the end once. I didn't win, and I went all the way back to the start, and I got close a couple of times. But I think once you get to the end, that first time is when they really ramp it up. They really make it harder.
Yeah.
And then I just haven't played it for 3 months. So when I finish it, I'll get back to you.
But my thing with Hades especially, and which is why we're talking about it again, is it's so easy just to pick up. Like, I can play Hades for 10 minutes, I can play Hades for 2 hours, it doesn't matter, and I'll still enjoy myself. I've reached the end 6 times now. Oh, Adam, isn't it great when you get to Hades himself and the main theme plays?
Yeah,
and
it's sick. It is pretty sick. And
you're like, yeah, fucking Hades!
It just won the BAFTA, didn't it?
He rolls his like colossal buff shoulders and just burns off his cape. You're like, oh fuck, it's on, man!
Daddy!
Oh, daddy! Father!
I take it doesn't look like Hades from the hit Disney movie Hercules.
No, he looks like you know, you go to the gym and there's that guy who's like 48 and he's in the best shape of his life and he's really hairy.
Just me then.
Going by your meal you've just eaten, yes, I would say so, yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Mate, it's freaking class.
Nothing but health.
Freaking class.
Have we got any more games we'd like to talk about? Any random shit that's just happened the last couple of weeks?
I feel like I've just chatted the whole episode because I do genuinely have one more game.
Go for it, please.
You can go. Please, Beguile is that last one was quite entertaining.
This one's called Ashen, all right, and Ashen is what is often poorly described as a Souls-like game. So a game like Dark Souls.
I think I've seen that, and I nearly downloaded it and didn't because it looked like Dark Souls.
It's nothing like Dark Souls. And when I say nothing, I mean it's a little bit like it. But I think
so you lied. You blatantly just lied.
It doesn't do it justice when people say it's a Souls-like. I'm like, no, it isn't, because it's not as hard. What it is a really good open world fantasy adventure game with slightly challenging combat. But the thing that sets apart from Dark Souls is you have quests for characters which are really just easy to follow, and you care about those people, and your the hub world you're in gets bigger and bigger every time you like do side quests and stuff, and it's just a feel good game. It's got it's cell shaded. There's moments of like dark. There's like jokey bits. It's just really, really fun. I was literally just playing it, and before my eyes, freaking 2 hours went past, and all I was doing was walking around and trying to level up and stuff.
Before my eyes,
and before thine eyes, 2 hours had passed by.
If anybody saw our story today, it was freaking.
Yeah.
Did you see the story, boys?
I did, but I didn't know what game it was.
It was Ashen. That's Ashen.
Oh, was that Ashen?
So the two characters on screen, they can both be companions, and like they'll just join you in quests just randomly. It's freaking great.
Can't be worse than Banner Saga, so I'll download it.
Have either of you two played any of the free games on PlayStation at the moment? Subnautica?
Yeah, I played some Subnautica. I've played some Subnautica.
I'm actually going to go and download Enter the Gungeon.
We are planning on doing some sort of online streaming, twitching or something. So let us know which games you'd like us to see us play. We're not very good at games, but we should make it entertaining at some point.
Speak for your fucking self.
By God, are we entertaining? You saw that win that me and JJ got in Apex last night? I had 9 goddamn kills.
It was incredible.
9 goddamn kills.
Mate, it was amazing. We were like bloody, I don't know, some kind of SWAT team or something. It was crazy.
We were like SEAL Team 6.
We didn't stop fighting the entire game. And anybody who's played a Battle Royale...
Apex. Sometimes you can go 10 minutes without seeing anyone.
Yeah, and then just get killed and you're like, oh, brilliant. This time it was like, we just did not stop.
Did you utilise Rolling or Static Thunder?
We didn't. Neither of us were the right characters for it. I was Path.
I was Mirage and he was Pathfinder.
You keep getting wins on Pathfinder, don't you?
I'm good. I can't help being good as Pathfinder.
Mate, you'd love Titanfall. Every character you play as is... The character you play as is basically Pathfinder. When you're online, anyway. If you play the pilot, you're just zipping around.
Very exciting. So hopefully we can get some form of streaming set up. I think we're looking at doing Borderlands 3.
Yes.
Yes, I think Borderlands 3.
I will definitely be playing as Amara again.
When we were playing Borderlands 2, that would stress me out so much because I had no idea what was going on. We were usually playing it at 3 a.m, and then you'd be like shouting and be like, do this. I'm like, I don't even know where I am. Yeah. I don't know what.
So much going on in Borderlands, man.
There was one point that I had a really good gun. I had it for ages, and I was getting decent kills with it, and I accidentally swapped it out. And then one of you fucking little people swoops in and picks up the gun.
That would have been Josh.
It was probably me.
I lost
that
it.
would have been Josh, yeah.
Probably, yeah. I'll call dibs on Moas, by the way.
Hey, mate, you go for it. Make sure you get the perk where you can have turrets on your back, because we can all jump on your mech, and that's fucking great.
Oh, that reminded me of something. I heard about a new leak for another new Apex Legend.
Another one?
Yep. Got the Titanfall one, who's Blisk, I think, but there's another one that's been leaked.
Yeah, Blisk was he was the baddie in Titanfall 2.
Yeah, he's been leaked as a legend, but also there's another, I can't remember her name, but all her abilities are flight-based.
Oh,
so
weird.
Her passive is when you jump, if you hold the jump button, you've got like a jetpack and you can like hover around. I can't remember what our tactical is. I think it might be just like a kind of boost, but our ultimate is essentially just like a balloon tower. But you select it, she prepares her jets. Your teammates can run up and basically grab onto you, and then she shoots into the air and you can fly off.
Oh, sick!
Like a
Oh,
jump tower.
sick!
Oh,
That's so
mate, that's
cool.
gonna
I like
fuck
that.
up so many people.
Fingers crossed. We've got to save up our red little
Yeah, we
tokens
do.
then for these two
Got to
new
save our
characters.
legend
Hopefully.
tokens, boys.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, boys? Or are we rounding off our Indie Game Book Club 3?
I'm quite happy with that.
Socials? Plug the socials?
Yeah, please. Oh, this is one thing I've been meaning to say. If you can, and this is proper beggy, but just give a little 5-star. Even if it's not that good. It just means more people see it on all the apps and stuff. So if you're on Spotify, if you're on Acast, just... Because nothing is give an Uber rating. We'll give you a 5-star as a listener, and you give us a 5-star as a podcast, whatever. And it's a mutual system.
At Bro You Haven't Pod, Instagram, we're very, very active. We will always respond to a DM. And I would say this is the biggest thing. Just tell your friends. Tell your bloody friends. You've got to have gamer friends.
Tell your friends to start listening about halfway through Series 2 as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell your friends to miss like the first 3 episodes, and then once we've all got mics and shit, and then it's all good.
Put this podcast on in your car.
At your your work. Couldn't think of anything to say.
You were about to say your grandma's funeral until you remembered, didn't you?
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. And you can't prove that.
Okay, thank you, boys.
boys.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Let me just finish it with a...
Bugsnax tune to see us out. The one, the only.
Come to Snacktooth Island and discover it's Bugsnax. Whoa, whoa, it's Bugsnax.
And now, just a little bit of bonus content for you. This game had such a profound impact on our little boy JJ that he just couldn't shut up about it. So he wanted to tell you this. He really did. Here you go.
So there's a non-binary character who everybody, all the Bugsnax on the island, respectfully say they, them, even their brother calls them their sibling, doesn't call them their sister or their brother. And I find that really sweet. I find it really sweet that everybody respectfully calls them by their pronouns, right? The only thing is, I find it awkward because nobody on the island likes this person.
Oh no! Oh, bless
Don't
them.
like the trade-off they've had. They're like, well, we'll put him on the character.
It just felt a bit
No
like...
one can like him, though. No one can like him.
Yeah, it felt a bit like it was like, why have you... Yeah, I was like, why have you made this character so insufferable? That's like a push. It's like both a push in the right direction by getting all the pronouns right, and then in the wrong direction by making her universally hated by everybody else on the island.
It's a step in the direction of representing non-binary people that are also arseholes.
A lot of people are twats, no matter what, you know. Yeah, but it was just a bit like, why don't you make them really cool and likable?
Did I tell you my transgender?
It's just really weird.
How does a transgender samurai kill people? They slash them.
Brilliant. It's a funny joke. It's a funny joke. And this is the last episode. We've been cancelled. Goodbye, guys.
Thank you for listening to the Bro You Haven't podcast. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Bro You Haven't Pod for updates on future episodes and more. If you like this week's episode, you can catch our other episodes on Spotify, Acast, and YouTube. On behalf of myself, Adam, and Josh, have a lovely week. Goodbye.